I start out by tracing the basic shape of the shotgun and printed out the design on paper to the actual size. Using this template, I cut out styrene sheets of the gun. I glue 3 1mm sheets together to achieve the required thickness. Using the template, I mark the shape of the gun on the styrene. Next, I cut the styrene sheets to shape and sand everything down. I repeat the process for the handguard. For the muzzle, I cut out strips of styrene sheets and glue them on the body. I add more styrene strips to add details to the front of the gun. Next, I repeat the whole process for the trigger guard. To cut out holes in styrene, I drill holes with a pin vise first, then cut them out with a knife and sand the edge smooth. Cutting out small styrene strips, I glue them together to form the attachment rail. To make the extraction port, I use a chisel to cut it out. I cut out more details for the butt area and glue everything on. Next, I glue styrene strips together into the shape of the rear sight and sand everything to shape using a hobby file. In the end, I realized I included the butt when I cut out the body, so now I'll have to cut it out and glue it back on. I use Epoxy Putty to fill up the gaps on the trigger guard. Wetting your fingers will help prevent the putty from sticking to your hands. Here, I'm using a Tamiya stirrer to shape the putty and make sure all the holes are filled. You will want to have a bit of extra putty over the area as you will shrink after it hardens. You also don't want to put too much putty as you will have to sand it later on. After the putty has hardened, I sand the excess with a hobby file. Next, I spray everything with a grey primer and spray a black base coat. Now I mask the places where I want it to be black. Then I spray everything in green. More masking to mask the parts I want in green. Make sure that the masking tape is secure around the edge so there will not be any spray over later. I spray white over the black parts before spraying green. This will make the green look brighter. Time to see if I masked everything correctly. This is the best part. I'm pretty satisfied with the masking job, though I will need to touch up some areas later on. Next, I protect everything with a clear coat. Lastly, I apply water slide decals. Applying Mr. Mark setter first will help the decals stick better to the surface. Cut out the decals and place them in water. After a while, position the decal next to where you want it and slide the decal to position. You can use a tissue to dry the area if it is too wet. Finally, I apply Mr. Mark Softer on the decal. This will slightly melt the decal so it will stick better to the part.